sagen, which means to tell or to inform. So how would you conjugate the verb sagen to simple present and present perfect? And of course, we use the present perfect in German to express the near past, or events that took place in the near past. So back to simple present, how would you conjugate the verb sagen to simple present, which is used a lot in German, in spoken German? Sagen. Of course, we replace the suffix en, the last two letters, in the verb sagen with one of these suffixes, and that depends on the related pronoun. So, ich sage, I tell. Du sagst, you tell. Sagt, he tells. Sie sagt, she tells. Es sagt. Es is the third gender in German language. So there is a third gender in German language, which is es. Es sagt. Wir sagen, we tell. Ihr sagt. You, when you address a group of people, ihr sagt, you tell. Sie sagen, which is the formal way to address someone. You, sir, tell. Or you, madam, tell. You can also use it to say they. Sie sagen, they tell. So how to conjugate the verb sagen to the present perfect tense, which is used to refer to the near past, the events that took place in the near past. We use the auxiliary verb haben, and we conjugate it depending on the related pronoun to the left. Haben, so there is an en, but here in the table they are conjugated according to the pronoun which is linked to them. So ich habe gesagt. So we forgot to explain this part. Gesagt is the past participle of the verb sagen. So we use the auxiliary verb, we conjugate it according to the related pronoun, and we add the past participle gesagt. Ich habe gesagt. I've told you, I've told. Du hast gesagt. You have told. Hat gesagt. He has told. Sie hat gesagt. She has told. Es hat gesagt. The third gender. Es hat gesagt. Has told. Wir haben gesagt. We have told. Ihr habt gesagt. You people told. Sie haben gesagt. You, sir, have told. Sie haben gesagt. They have told. So how would you say in German language, I tell him? So I tell him. I tell him. Ich sage ihm. Ich sage ihm. So you don't say ich sage er. you say ich sage ihm, because the verb sagen activates the dative case. So instead of saying you say ihm. So I tell him, ich sage ihm. Dative case, dative, because the verb sagen activates the dative case. So you tell her. How would you say you tell her? It's exactly the same way. We use the pronoun sie, which means she, in the dative case, So sie, there is the accusative, accusative. It remains sie, and the dative, it is ihr. Since sagen activates the dative case, so we use ihr. Du sagst ihr. Du sagst ihr. How would you say, what does she say? Another sentence, what does Lina say? Was sagt sie? What does she say? Was sagt Lina? What does Lina say? So what means was? Was means what? She says that she is here. How would you say she says that she is here? So she says that she is here. Sie sagt, she says, dass, that, sie hier ist. So das means that, and it activates something called subclose sentence. And what does that do is to push the auxiliary verb ist to the end of the sentence. Sie sagt, dass sie hier ist. So the verb is pushed to the end of the sentence because of das. She says that she is here. Now back to the present perfect tense, which refers to the near past, events that took place in the near past. I've told you that he is here. I've told you. So how would you say I've told you that he is here? As we said, we use the auxiliary verb haben, we conjugated it according to the linked pronoun, which is here ich, I. And the past participle of the verb sagen, which is gesagt. So ich habe gesagt, I've told. You've told who? Ich hab dir gesagt, I've told you. Since the verb sagen activates the dative case, we used dir instead of du. So dir is the dative form of the pronoun du, you. Ich hab dir gesagt, I've told you, that he is here, dass hier ist. And again, das activates the subclose sentence, which pushes the verb to the end of the sentence. Dass hier ist, that he here is. Ich habe dir gesagt, dass hier ist. So, ich habe dir gesagt, dir. So we said the verb sagen activates the dative. So instead of du, I've told you, we use dir because the case is in the dative. Ich habe dir gesagt, dass hier ist. I've told you that he is here.